Has this ever happened to you? Car worked fine yesterday. And then when you go to turn the key, it just works. Alright, well, I guess that's not the way we're going to do things. Well, that was a fail. It didn't work before, but I'll show you how to fix it anyway. Hey folks, I'm sorry about the noise. We're going to have cars passing by and all kinds of stuff. The engine is running. The start of the video was supposed to show you that it didn't work, but I could have, you know, whatever. Anyway, here's your problem. See all that stuff? That's all corrosion and stuff, and that is preventing the battery clamp from making a good connection there. So we're going to take these off and clean them, and I'll show you how we do that next. Okay, Habib the mechanic here to show you how to clean the contacts, the connections on your battery. You will need a 10mm wrench. This happens to be a 2000 Toyota Camry. Everything's all set. And make sure that you wear safety safety third. What we're going to do over here is we're going to remove the battery cables and clean them. You always want to remove the negative battery cable, because if you remove the positive and you touch a piece of metal, you're shorting positive to the rest of the car, which is ground. If you take that off, the car has no connection to the battery. So that's why you always remove the negative terminal first. So we're just going to go put that on there and loosen this up. Okay. And we'll see if that'll do it. Yep, that'll do. Now you can just wiggle it until it's off and put it aside. And you see all this powdery stuff? That's all your bad connection there. Alright, we're going to leave the negative cable off. That will be last reconnected. Now we're safe to disconnect this. The only thing you don't want to do is go across the battery. That way you'll have a big explosion and it's no good. So with this, now you can remove the positive cable. Exactly the same thing as before. Alright. We'll take that off. A little bit of a tight fit on that one. There we are. See, all that corrosion and stuff there is what's not good. So now what we're going to do is clean that out. Let me get the other tool that we're going to need, and I'll show you how that's done. Okay, now we're going to clean that off. This happens to be a pipe brush for you to clean out inside pipes and that, and the outside of pipes and that, but it also will work for a battery. This is sold by Harbor Freight, and I don't know if I'll do a little review video on it, because it's really kind of a cheapy thing, but it's handy and it's here and it'll work. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take the brush and we're going to brush around the contacts here, okay, just to get most of that off. Now we're going to take this end and go in the thing. You can see, I don't know if you can see down below, all this stuff falling out of there. That's all that corrosion that's preventing a good connection. So we're going to just keep doing that and clean that. This piece will also fit on the actual terminal of the battery. If you just mash it down in there, and you can turn it. Unfortunately, it's a little too long, so you don't get too much, but you can play with different angles on it, whatever. So I'm going to continue on and polish these contacts up, and then I'll show you how to reconnect everything, and we'll see if it doesn't work again. Okay, we're all set to reconnect the battery now. So put your ratchet in the other direction. You'll notice over here that I've cleaned off all of the contacts on everything. Everything's nice and shiny. I cleaned all the corrosion out of that. By the way, compressed air works very well to blow out all the loose bits and particles and stuff like that. And now what we're going to do is reconnect this. Positive first, negative last. Once again, positive first, negative last. Never the reverse order. So we'll put the positive one back on. By the way, you also should put some sort of grease on the battery posts here. So we'll just make believe we did that because I don't happen to have any. So there, you can put some in there, put some in there. Now they're all nice and greased up. And now we'll take the positive, put it back on, and get onto the bolt. Switch hands there. Okay, now it's okay if it's not perfectly straight. Tight and a little more. And that should be it. You should not be able to turn that at all, because if you can, then it's probably not making a good connection. Now we'll get the little boot here. Put that back down. Now, if you have a remote start system in your vehicle, you will want somebody to be standing on the brake pedal while you connect the negative, because a lot of times those will crank the engine over and you could get a really big spark. We might get a small spark here, but of course, for the safety third guy, an engineer, that's nothing to be concerned of. Tiny little spark, no big deal. So now, let's see if we can get the wrench back on there. There we go. Okay, that ought to do it. Make sure your tools are cleared out of the area. And now we're going to give it a test. So, here we go. We got a dinger, that's good. And twist the key. And that's how you fix your car that won't start when you have corrosion on the battery terminals. I don't know why it started before, it wasn't supposed to, but anyway, there you go. Now after you do this, one other thing may happen. When you have the battery disconnected, the ECM, or the computer in the car, may have forgotten what's called the run characteristics of the car. That means you'll start it up, will probably run great. Let it run for about 10 or 15 minutes, because you might find that the idle is going to go lower than it usually does. The car may shake, and if you try driving it, it may actually stall on you. So leave it idle for a good 10 or 15 minutes just to make sure everything's good. And that's pretty much it. So anyway, that's how you clean the corrosion off your battery terminals. If you like this video, make sure you click like. Make sure you click subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.